Peace 104.3 and now when you jubin samudwa yabwa no dia fa yakase bodemu me esemu for asone so kroche no wadama ye jubre na sansem ni nyina ye de munchemu asomo ewo akan kasemu obetenka ewo neat fm 100.9 afe okay 101.7 ye nyina ye wo ship house abeka junction ewo nkran obetenka ewo kumasa santemantemu na ye nuanom hello 101.5 fm Your social media platform na nefa a Facebook mechani mukrata no a Peace FM 104.3 when I'm TikTok and so ya na wahye so a Peace FM 104.3 information centers if one komache otwunyi wadamentin na ya transie na ye de onyejubre kase no e de ebre wo no ensema ye de eba no edoso nanso emu ene animu bi enie Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama da so agina ne kasa mu se bibi man enhwe se obejai esu a brano ye sresre sika efri nkrofo ama so na mum yemfa yempuntu dwuma so die ente ye ho so.
Too many African countries remain trapped in what I describe as triple dependency. Dependency on external actors for security choices, dependency on donors for health and education systems.
Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama afato no so amanede dua wa cheche eyensunsan so mapa ya ejire mubua ewo amamene amane kwan so fugu na o man Ghana yewo Sanso ene yehwe umrahye bedefia ensabia ekoso ewo ho 24-hour economy authority bill no perifo atu emu anamama sesede mrahye bedefia for agiatum.
We are going to implement to really transform the country into an economy that is working 24 hours.
Kuma ye wo my Ghana mra sebede fie so friend photo sound for na dama omra sebede fie o ma cheche mu die ntia sese enema bo akosoro e wo my Ghana ha.
I want to plead with the leader of the house. It will not be out of place if you program our friend. It is not for nothing that the Minister of Finance is one of our own. You should come.
Afe bejina Ghana koko boda so ene di nkomo kakra Dr. Randy Ambe Chief Executive Officer na wo chiemu sem ene hyehyede ahodo ampanifo de agu akwan mu a eninti koko farmers no wosika bi na akwakodi senseme ewo baabi ne wo hwe atumu na no waye nenso wo sei enye nokore se koko akuafo sika na mpanifo aye no wisi basa
kasebe mu aseda yemfama Osons chemist ed Osons garlic capsules boye chi do MTN say we there for you everywhere you go. Now, high sense electrical appliances in Kwana open their showrooms na bode Ghana for na call na kwaje the door roofing system the chance biaba na eye kama. Na se say bata ho ne se bla be ma ho chance ni bi. Na oda kobo da so ho ye da waba na oba betua yenka. Ohinere spices, six spices ne doors wo dwa so na so nya spices bia na edie. Wo frɛ dia ohinere spices na mekan for dia ma wo. Ruta natural product, Ruta mecha wo dwa so, Ruta titanic nso wo dwa so bo pomden pa. Lawson Herbal Center de madu bia by bo ma pa ma ne di ho nkomo se koyie. Enti wo yo ba siesie ho be siesie ho a. Lawson local mecha na medi ho nkomo e de akire wo. We ni nyumakwa bu ye chi do ma kase bo. Ye de esom wo. Akenkanfo eye me. Sadat Mohammed Mene.
Nana ama ano tufo.
Afei ensem no munchire mu enie Ghana Mampeni Owura John Dramani Mahama opanyini ya wo Zambia bruchimemu na komodidie mu no na Ghana Mampeni kasa dia to jasa before braso say etimidi nhyehyɛ pogu apono so na yensu etimidi ye ne yetumpon ewa abrabo mu na wotiem so ba bepiemu ewa my Ghana mu a bere bi atwam na sika Ghana yapɛ na yede yesie na yede bu yɛti dɔm ne gina 8.9 billion USD na so afintam wo no watima pagya makosoro akwakwo gina 13.4 billion USD na Mampeni kyerem so wo hwɛ ne mu se mfinhya mmensa wo yanim no obetima pagya mu na akwakwo du 20 billion USD na sika no yede bu yɛti dɔm na wo soro sana ebɛbɔ mu wɔtina bi no o my Ghana yenye ni daso ebɛbɔ mu wɔtina bi no sika sɛmu wo wiase nyina ne to apia Ghana de yɛtimi de hyehyɛ pogu apono so ahokyere no entumi emma yɛ so o Mampeni kyerem mu biem sɛ sika ne yɛpɛdisie na wo man no mu no nneɛma nhyɛ da nkoya na kosi konso ogina kwantia ne sai so ntino wo hyehyɛ o man yɛbɛbɔ na dwadie ho nsɛm atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afira o Mampeni kyerem sɛ dwadie ho nsɛm koyie na Ghana fo nyina ne nyani daso a adwuma a wɔyɛ no nimisa boso me so sika bi a yɛtua de ama no no ɛbɛso ne di ɛnkɔnkɔfa ahokyere mma ɛna me pɛntem atukwan akobi ma so akɔkɔ adwuma no ɛso bɛte menya adwuma nya so ebetumi aba fom Ghana Mampeni ni saa kyerɛ mu biem sɛ ɛho behia sɛ bibifo etimi de hyehyɛ pogu apono so na yakwan ho nsɛm no etimi ediye o se ene wiase yagini atumpɔn obepie mu abibire mu yasonda ye bi sɛ dwadi ya yonkopa fa ne ntoma fa difra ɛwɔ yentemu a ebetimi akoye yato ne din African Continental Free Trade Area na sani so de hunu no mpo no ebeti maduru mpempen so awiase nyina no na Africa nyina no yebenya so emfa so agi se yakwan ho nsem so eye ni ye enta bibire ma hodo hwe hu ni se keteke akwan hodo ne yebeye na ka akwan hodo so yebetimi aye yeni se me na mede me niema efiri Ghana na mede fa afoma kokopie mo South Africa enkonko ye wo hawo emfa emame wo sa tiem se bibifo yenhwe hu ni se dwadi ayonkofa na ebekoye wo yentem ene Ghana ewo ho Nigeria to niema ma no wo se dabi China ni abanti mede ma ne ko China sanso ni sika ne mu oduro wo se sani so de hunu no so no se ya hwe ne ya nyi nakwa na ya madwadi ayonkofa da bibifo nyina ntamu no ankoye na ya ma amononefo no musika ninti ye no mu didwadie sa no a enkonkoboa ma chese ni so de hunu se bibifo no entumi emfa ne ntuma pa emfa mfira Ghana mampanyini gina so esere wiasa ma hodo nyina mpanifo se sapana Africa ye twa na ye de ato honom no omomboa yen na yentimi enduru ho na Ghana enya ma hodo wa bibire mu di ya wiasa nyina so ebetumi enya yen so emfa so bi weyi eyensam wa Ghana mampanyini wura John Dramani Mahama de atudwa wa abere kokopie mu ewo Zambia abruchima mu Salamat kuku wa pentel ene de amane boyi ebesomo yen
yeda so agina mampani akache wa ebio yenim se ansana Ghana mampani Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebefi omai Ghana ha sei no akwakodu Zambia no yebo wa mane se wode nafuam yensa ene esi ho odi abamu enkomo no ahwe se omai Ghana ene Zambia ayonkofa ye wonfie bebre ni no oberesi ebetumi ase akanya mu na ekoye nimu no wode hyehye de ahodo bi nso agu akwan mu mampani se ebredu se abiman empanifo ye beti agina ne agina ye nhoso ne ye hunu se wobra na ye bo no eno ane ye na sinse de bia da yensa bede yensa yem ne ye kohu abeg ewo nkrofo ma so eje mwa kwasrese sika se de ba besiesie ye mai Ghana wo se to de bia wotena se na wo sese sa ne ma na ya na asefin papa mampani se abiman ye nyini ade ba kwa abibiman eye yetumi na ebo ye nchidom eye sese ye kan ye hu bomu a enema ye betumi aye no English bonifita kwa butu ni memu asabi obete na no na wahwe yense esanse ye wotumi bi wo ye mu a twedi ampo nyankopon ene de etom yen wo se empuntu bekoso ewo abibiman ahodo so a jese ye mpanifo agitum se eye wo masudie se ewo se wotu ho anamon na mpuntu no aye atwuma since brano wo betena se ede won san hye won dami fam etwa English bonifita bi se obeba ye mmoa wo se akoba ne saade a na ye de animonyam ena etwitwi fam mampani enkomo we ema ne homne so ewo jefo bosumi aye wo mu ne de toso ensia wakache Zambia emra hye be de mfiefo ne se wo mo hya ase ma wo homne so won hye mra ebeboa na cheche Zambia man no na ma wo manyini na brano atwe wo madwen e de aben abibiman ahodo ya aka wo se ebranu nie yen hya ase enwini yie esanse ono ohunu saade ni ntino ene ebre kakra nie wo hya ase edi nkomo atwe abibiman empanifo adwen di si wo ho so se ebre we na aduru se ye betumi aye bibi se abibiman ne abo ye home so ne asanso agina yie wo se no nti na obontoa wa afimpiemienu ene aduonu nan odi dwumedie bi eba ye se reset Ghana agenda o se na enye na no fa keke onim de wahunu wahwe akokan ne wahunu se ebredu se abibiman ahodo ye ni beba ye ho so ne yate agina wo se secret ne eba akope abibiman ka won ho bomu a ne titiri ewa adwadie kwan so ebeboa yen esanse twedi ampo nyankopon ohwe abibiman ahodo a we ni yabro wanyi yakwa wa man asase mu anonum de twedi ampo nyankopon abode ahodo amfa so wo so edi sikaba no odi bi adom abibiman enti ma yempeja abibiman ahodo enkobo no ofe yase ne mom yenyi ento ye homre so se empuntuo ni de yeti gina ebeye yi
Africa must confront this changing reality with transparency and pragmatism. Only days ago, I had the opportunity to address global leaders in Davos, where I spoke about the Accra Reset Initiative and the urgent need for Africa to redefine its development trajectory. Too many African countries remain trapped in what I describe as triple dependency. Dependency on external actors for security choices, dependency on donors for health and education systems, and dependency on suppliers of critical minerals while capturing little or no value. This condition undermines genuine sovereignty. History teaches us, however, that a crisis can sharpen resolve, and so Africa must take its destiny into its own hands. We must reset the narrative through unity of action, self-reliance, and the leveraging of our comparative advantages for industrial growth and economic transformation. Madam Speaker, we demand a redesign of outdated governance systems, including greater representation in global institutions such as the UN Security Council. We are calling for a rejigging of the global financial systems that have kept Africa in poverty and debt.
Way Aya Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And now I mean, Oka saying penny for Anama 2 year and Nunti Akan be no de crata about my Ghana Emusre Ghana Mampeni. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, Oma Naina Omra Zambia Mino Emuno. Jumedia way Ashisha Sono Aya Ghana Zambia business dialogue ya Ekoso Ewo Lusaka. Mampeni say, or can't Zambia minus or my Ghana dear, ya che ya kobemu, a brano or share a train Zambian penny forces or more around ye hear mo at the far and Koma would do a dear Elia Yonko Famua, a bebuana peja Zambia mina, why a crowd to do, so beshet womo enim. A fain so Mampeni, Ejina and Amon 2 years so, says, oh my Ghana and Zambia Indian, Sa Ashe and Tiasia upon Kratasia, a chess Ghana needed she be Eco Zambia, or Hian Visa. Zambia needed she say, well, about my Ghana moi, one also a Hian Visa. We yam penny 4 years, I say, a man who dream you a big Kenyai, ye dready a young cofano, and fake their tossum, Amiasan Soja and now so payment.
Partnership and execution will determine our success. I'm encouraged by the agreements we have signed during this state visit, which include the visa waiver allowing Zambians and Ghanaians to travel visa-free to our counterpart country, and the bilateral air services agreement, which would allow direct flights between Zambia and Ghana. All these will improve connectivity between our people, reduce transaction costs, and facilitate the movement of goods and capital between our countries.
Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Sansemi Salamat Kukwa Pencil Nedesomye.
Ghana Mampeni fi Dubai ena ordinary chirimu ewa Zambia. Na Zambia for na yade omo Mampeni John Dramani Mahama nanim. Na okoduru ya pepepe ena Zambia for say na Ghana Mampeni na yehwe nanim obeduru ye asa e mata de na hyenu yo. Atade e hyenu blouse ene nko de belt bomu pe na chese hu ni say ene e mata de na wawro ke no na chese Zambia for twetwe Ghana Mampeni. Na ensemu yi esori wo social media so ma Ghana for ye di ho komo kire mo se da bi o enya blouse na emum eyefugu sa na ye fe no wo Ghana eso ye mbo papa wo man mu na Ghana Mampeni ni santwerefo esi nkunya e wo Zambia na wo tire mu se atade na ehye no no enya mata ade ene enya blouse se na Zambia fe hunu no na emum ye fe no fugu anase batakari wo ma Ghana mu na e wa bakosam so tatira Ghana e yade ayeso ye mbo na enka ne tete no na nkasa batakari anase fugu na wo hye de ba Zambia no bo hunu se obi hye bia na nipa no wo ya ahemfo oye dehye anaso oye konfo na sabra tete ne krompo na kofo do mo hye santade de kokon ani mu a ene agyan na obetu etuo na obetu ene wo hwewse ya no wo progu na tese ono na eba no na sabra bi nso aga de nya yemfa ahudie kane wa bibirem no Ghana Mampeni na odi kan wo surgery Dr. Kwame Nkrumah se Zambia fo bekwa kopa video ni bi ahwa na ye fugu ene one na panfo ehye omo mu gina simpio so na omo de ka kire wiase nyina se Ghana nya yemfa ahudie eni so mu hu ni se wo hye fugu ni bia na nye mata ade na mu ye Ghana ya tade a esom ya buyi pa.
It's called a smock in English, but in our language, some people call it fugu, some call it batakari. Yeah. Now, this is a traditional dress that is made by a local industry. It's part of our culture. And so, in the past, it was worn by kings, royalty, and also warriors. When our warriors were going to war, they wore smocks. And the belief was that the smocks were soaked in some herbs and then some spiritual thing was done. So when you fire a bullet, it can't penetrate, you know. And so the smoke portrays a lot of things in our culture. And significantly, on the day Ghana, the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence, on the day our independence was declared, our president, Kwame Nkrumah, was wearing a smock. He and all the freedom fighters were wearing smock. So smokes have become an integral part of our cultural identity.
Na enuwa chire no ena Ghana Mampeni ni chire mu se mata de na manfo bisusu se no na wa hyere nya de wono de ha na wakwan bia so na nkomo no sore ye no kra na boa ama ne ye di fugu hu nkomo e we wiase ama hodo so ene Zambia fo hunu se sa de no ye mema nta de ye frɛ no fugu e ma so obi a omo so mo hya eyeyie na namso ma Ghana kra no ya che Zambia Mampeni fugu ibi wono so wa hya hunu se ampa ade no o hya emu ye kama wono so awoda so obeto dodo na de afiri Ghana na che se wono so wa che e de ama na somfo Zambia na dia dan se ampa ayonkofa beda Ghana ene Zambia ntem ti Ghana Mampeni se nkomo ne sore ye no Ghana aboye okwan bi so.
I'm surprised that they didn't notice it till I visited Zambia. But the smoke weavers in Ghana will be very happy because I, by power of social media, have, giving them branding and marketing that they couldn't ever have dreamed of ever getting, and I'm sure that by the time I leave here, the number of searches for fugu, butter curry and smoke, is going to be quite high. And it was just because of an innocuous statement. People were commenting about my arrival, and one person said, "Oh, but what blouse is he wearing?" That's it. And it triggered a whole social media firestorm. But incidentally, you know what? When I arrived, we exchanged gifts, myself and President Chilema. He gave me a beautiful carving, Zambian carving, and I appreciate it very much. I'm going to put it in my office and label it as a gift from President Chilema. One of the things that I have brought into my presidency is to promote the local garment industry. And so all my clothes are made in Ghana. They are sewn by Ghanaian designers. Yeah, so all these safari suits and things I wear are sewn by local designers. And that's what I wear every day.
Na nekrokro mu no na Ghana mampeni se kire mu se kokoko pie mu Zambia na boa papa na ntiasia pamba ko bako edu na tese mpenifo ahwe na wode wonsa ahyehye ase na ebi sida se yebetu kwa ko man bi so na ye de ensa be hyehye ntiasia pamba sha na dodo no ebeduru edu ye ne Zambia yonkofo yi kyese ebeboa papa na o mampeni kire mu se ntiasia pamba du e de ensa ahyehye ase no ne edi mu akotene bako ne se wo Ghana na beso tu kwa eko Zambia ene ofa our passport wa not what to plane ticket na wona wo kono sanso so na Zambia ni person no so ba Ghana enya komisi komisa bia won so to ticket na chese na wona wo ba no e beboa ama yonkofo anne ababeto Zambia na Ghana ntemu no akosoro.
We'll take the bilaterals. We signed 10 MOUs, and we've had several official and state visits where we signed MOUs. This is the largest number I've ever seen us sign between Ghana and any country, and so that's good. But some of the MOUs stand out for me. The first one is visa-free travel for all categories of passport holders, from diplomatic to ordinary passports. And so it means that with the signing of that MOU, Zambians don't need a visa to come to Ghana, and Ghanaians don't need a visa to come to Zambia. And so that's significant move forward. We've been trying to achieve this free movement of people within Africa. It's been difficult. We've tried to pass the protocol several times. It hasn't happened. And I think that we can start to do it bilaterally. And so Zambia and Ghana, Ghana and Kenya, Ghana and another country, Zambia and another country, and then gradually we'll build it up.
Ghana Mampenyi Ora John, Dramani Mahama Nensentro for Zambia, Idiashia. Ena nchiremu yi wode emaye salamatu kuku apenta wona dia maneboyi ebesumo yen
ya ko man Ghana emra sebeje fie na ne edom kuma no emma no asore ewo mra sebeje fie sese die ade bo ayedin papa ewo man Ghana ha se ni titiu eni nwianya yedi ekoye num wudu emra sebeje fie minority whip wonu kura na nsawom adoji abaton pese so wosom se wo mra sebeje ni wonu manyafo Frank anodompre o se emprempren empanifo enya hyehyeye on tun sanfre photo sanfo no mra sebeje fie no mechechirem die ntia ene eniema anasa aduane bo enso ayeden pa na owa Frank anodon press on kan hwe kra no wo obubu obusu menimu na eye photosanfo ede 2026 akon sika no eba batudwa wo mu se opanini se okọ agbobulesu dwom na wokọ ye no onye adwadifo ni kodi nkomo ene wotieti aniema ahodo bi ni nyina aka ho bi ena wo mu de gina so ehyehye afi 2026 na akon sika no obekenkan na sabre no ewo obubu obusu menu emu wo so opani se nyame ya adom na eda na omodi ahye no photosanfo sa wo san ya ba mra se beja fia edom kuma no ade asi minority whip owura Frank anodom presso se yen kan che wo se o se wo ba san fa dwom wa na kodi dwane bi ko bi se dwadi fo ma no eniema ne bo no se de esitie na wan kasa wo ba o so obi amisa wa hya ase te se de wo be kenkan budget no obi amisa wo de hya ase no wo so ba be yi anu de ntia ne ma bo ya de wa hya ase je ne bo ye sei enya do abwanie tomato susu de nie na de atoto so ko bi de keke ka ho bia na wa uwia na afi wa kire mu de ntia eniema ne bo ayedin.
The minister was all over the Bechi, Mokola, talking to the women. Prices of tomatoes, yam, cocoa yam, cassava, it's all over, gone to the roof. Are you proud of the price of cocoa yam now? It's not. It's not. It's not. So yeah, I want to plead with the leader of the house. It will not be out of place if you program our friend. It is not for nothing that the Minister of Finance is one of our own. You should come. You should come and tell us measures that could be put in place. We are the people's representatives. We are the only people who can talk about this.
We a minority whip on Ukraine Sawam Adoji Abaton Pesa so my Ghana na sebeje fi what so Sawam na sebeje ni onumanya for Frank anodom pre na no see yape ena edom dodo no ena no form owura Mahama ayare guy ka ze obe me na wedi oboa na de nkontopo no be man kasasa asema wo kese nya nokore enema be na ne boa ye den enema boa nya din de biara da edwa be mu na akoye Ghana hadwa ana ofa player akoba bia kodi dwa ena wonka no kwen nche Ghana for so se yete Ghana hain owura Mahama yarega say enema boa fom papa enema boa akono ya wo bia timi etobie ni nyina agina say economic management team no atranse asese enema hodo de agu akwan mo eno ne ka ho bi ama enema boa ayefo.
So I don't know which markets you go to, but I know that the prices of goods and services, because of the low rate of inflation, because of the very good exchange rate relationship between the cedi and the dollar, because of the stability of the cedi and so many other good things that this government has done, definitely prices cannot be going up. Cost of living cannot. In fact, we are dealing with the problem of farmers saying that food prices have come so low that they can't even recover their investments in farming.
Nipa yetene ken wudu omai Ghana na sebeje fia edom dodo no ena no ni owura Mahama ayarega yen central for sumfri omai Ghana na sebeje fi Emmanuel Akole ena fe William Gentu
aya Ghana for di masem se kokwakuafo su kokko no be adwuma ni nyina wie obeka kokoma klache no wasisi ni ho a chese obetua wo na amache se kokwakuafo omadi hu nkoma che pa esra ba ni penfo ka bi wom se ba bia sika na kodi bia no omohwe na omumpe sika famra assistant mu na kokwakuafo nso omasete na mu nsam entimi nkoyie na yanka bi nhye mu nkoma hofra pie mu anti su kiremu se sika na dia nanka wo ho na so kokobod mpenfo tabiri sika nka wo se ade ma kokwakuafo no e de akoto ka ache ede amakoko boda dwumaifo na empenifo se amama nkama se meya na sankoma so ne nam so ma penyine kwankyerefo daga na koko boda no Dr. Randy Abe eni esentwerefo edi ehia ache nsemu ede ache kokokwafo na ne kasem no na wochim se nya no kore se sika nke wo se ede to koko no eno na che sempenifo atabiri da akoto ka ache ede makoko boda dwumaifo se ka ne de empenifo ato na baako aduonu 22 ena omotoye na omokoto cars no wa na ekoko adwumaifo ene koko akwafo yi yonti ena cars no omokoto ye wo se openyini ayebo na baso national best farmer kai wo mama ne baako busu koko college ka no mama mo baako na tese koko adwumadi enti afen so cars aka ne yaba beche ede ma wona ye wona sede wo ye adwuma makoko board so obeko koko akwafo wo Ghana nyina na so enkyerechire kasachire ene niam wo se ye chede ma wo mo no saafo no ende cars ne babe mo na omode asom koko akwafo sende se ne fata na enya no kore se sika no mode koto sa cars ne yesika na nka wo se mpenfo ede to koko.
The post I saw said that time when prices are not being paid, Cocoa Board has bought 4 Land Cruisers and 110 pickups. So clearly, you can tell the intent of this post to incite farmers, to create the impression that the money that should be used to pay farmers is being used to purchase vehicles. It is true that we have ordered vehicles. Some of them have started being delivered. 20 of them have been delivered. So it's supposed to be 22 because it is one of them, the very first one. That is what we gave out as the award to the National Best Cocoa Farmer on the Farmers' Day. Is one of them. The Bunsu Cocoa College anniversary, the pickup that was given to the college is also one of those ones that were ordered.
Na enwachire no ena Randy Abe. Waka say biem na wodi atudwa say cars no koko boda dwumaifo mo som koko akuafo ena obode be yadwuma se hu hia se yede nkyerechire ma koko akuafo a nipa na wo ba wona aso no obehia hyen enti cars kuru ya ena omode ebedi akoniaba edi se koko akuafo na se Ghana fo ate se koko boda toka edi amadwumaifo bia na nkyeremu no eno no.
There was no official vehicle for the chief executive, assumed office. No, for the chief executive. No saloon car, no. So the department responsible for transport then decided to initiate the steps to procure this vehicle official use. Now, every time we met our staff, the major thing that they raised, apart from, let's say, staff welfare, had to do with operational vehicles. Every single place had to do with operational vehicles. And there were those who even drew my attention to the X registration, Y registration. So everywhere, they say, we lack operational vehicles, we lack operational vehicles. And just to a bit of perspective, I find it unconscionable that we have not improved the fleet for operational vehicles. And yet I'll be sitting in brand new vehicles, although it is supposed to be provided for the functioning of my office.
Penny Quanchina da Ghana Cocoa Bodano, Dr. Randy Abe, Nene and the Trego, Prince Bafwa Samoa, and a Diamani Boy, Ebesumoye.
Yadaswajina Cocoa Board and San Sam Subio, Dr. Randy Abese and Prempring and Pennyfo Eguso Ediche Guaquemwa, or Beshet Noabua Ama Equafo and Sakasikan. Now we are here now, Wom and Premprino, Nina won't wait to Mahi Hawan Kakra, and Nay Central Phone Shemudiase, Nayan Senchoni, Prince Bafwa Samoa Ewo Hobin. One day Tia announced say, Dr. Randy Abese no Quasem, Mequiafono Casaya, what Tibino, Bibia de DPF. Say one more here Moncasa, Yan Wadi. Ness was saying, Cocoa Board to one. Once a sun and sunshine, a demne for more. And a woman soon, woman on campus, or walk away and feet to Duku. Akasasa, and we hear Nako Quakia for woman and Fawamo. Dabida, and your sanity. Or since she had one my say, Ghana Cocoa Board, and after Ghana Bayankasa, Wamu Ewa, Wom 18 Como Ewa Cocom, and after so quan license a year, Cocoa bias and so Omunu Din Como, and a Quiafono Suku and Nano for Yinano, Randy Abesi omuni womu edi nkoma owojidie wa rehemu se nhehye ya wo masha sedi emu enkomo enche ebesha se ye adwuma intekuafo no womu kom ehiha womu emom wankyere da property se wom betua sika na mo ne anase wo kyena na emom okasi su dia se Ghana Cocoa Board eni mpanifo a edi koko hu dwumadie no egusu di mu nkomo.
We are fully aware of the issues that are going on, and we appreciate very seriously the concern raised by the farmers and what the farmers are going through. We also appreciate the concerns raised by the license buying company in terms of liquidity and all that. And Cocoa Board, the Ministry of Finance and Government are working together to find a solution to this issue as quickly as possible. The truth of the matter is that we have some liquidity challenges. We appreciate what the farmers are going through. We know that these are very, very difficult times. We appeal that they keep faith with us. We would find a solution very, very soon, and we'll be able to then deal with all these issues.
Dr. Randy Abe amana so awache mu sese kra no Ghana Cocoa Board ayen hyehye apɛ kwan foforo so a obefa so atokoko na fi kokko akuafo enchen.
Together with the Ministry of Finance and Government, have been thinking through a new funding model, a funding model which also will not make us be obligated to sell our beans raw, because under the syndication you would have to sign contracts for the raw beans, and that is what you use as a collateral. If, for example, you were going to do 600,000 tons and you were committing 500,000 tons to sell to buyers as raw, how can you in the same breath be speaking about value addition when you know that you are committing about 70-75% of your crop as raw beans? Meanwhile, you are also touting 500,000 processing capacity. You know very well that on the basis you have signed up to and the beans that you are expected to deliver, you will not have beans to even service processing capacity that you are speaking about. But we had targeted to start this new funding model from the 26-27 season.
Dr. Randy Abe say watna akunya so ewo Ghana Cocoa Board aso ye no na eka eda ho 32.91 billion Ghana cedis na yenhwe hyehye ya asaka no oyefa ho.
When we took office, Cocoa Board had a total debt, a debt of 32.91 billion cedis. Out of this, $481 million and 10.06 billion cedis were due to be paid in 2025 and 2026 alone. 10.06 billion and $481 million were due to be paid in 2025 and 2026 alone. Under the restructuring, the first payment was 1st September of 2025, and the money had to be lodged in the account by 31st of August 2025, and that was 2 billion Ghana cedis. And from 2022, when this restructuring was done, no money was set aside towards the payment of this money, although we had close to 3 years to begin the repayment. Not a peso was set aside towards the payment of this money.
Nipa yetene nke eye Dr. Randy Abe wono na wudu Ghana Cocoa Board aso ya oye Chief Executive Officer wosom ewo Prince Bafwa Samwani ensenchoni ansemi ode som yen.
Ye be gina we so na ya homeka sebo no se ye besere mo ne yentena.
going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Yeah, to ensem no eswa. 24-hour economy eye dwumadie ba ko a aban yi di ho komo e de kire Ghana for pa. Se Ghana for hweso na wonto aba e for NDC. Na NDC nya kwan no betena bedwa kese so obefa 24 economy hihye so aboa. Ama menya adwuma nye no yetimi edisun kunim e wo ma Ghana mu ampa. Saa nkomo yi nkomo dodo na no Ghana for hweso aba no otu nipum e de ma NDC amonyukuo. Na bai na ba betina bedwa kese so hwe hunu se 24 economy no ebetimi afri no dwumadi ase na enkoma wodidi fa ho e de kire Ghana for no ebetimi aba asetena na Ghana for so 24 economy no watimi enya asomfaso na 24 economy no mpenifo kenkan ne beye mprensa e wo mrase bedwafia ene yaji atumwo 24-hour economy authority bill a chese eba befi ne dwumadie ase na panyina wodadom kese na no ene wonumanyafo mahama yarega wono anso ene mrase bedwani de ma de hye woboko central woni centralfo di nkomo no ena wo chirim se 24-hour economy authority ane empenifo ja tumu ne ba befi ne dwumadie ase no na authority ne ba beye ne se 24-hour economy dwumadie bi ya no omo ne behwe ho nsem kaye na sanya bre bi atwam wo na omo bontoa na wo sere Ghana for se Ghana for to aba edema aban no a obefa 24 economy ni so na se nyuma baako nipa be yam yensa omatimanya so mfaso no saa de no odi ho nkomo kire Ghana for no afei ene nam kwa so yeba wo say 24 economy no krampo maaye no aban timi de hyehyɛ pagu apono so a bre bi atwam yesika sem no ene hu ni sense mapa aba na se Ghana yesim puntuo kwa so ne yedie kwa so yekɔ enimu anesa ento ogide se 24 economy authority na yaji atomo ne befi ne dwumadi ase no se eba beka aba hyehyɛ ahodo ho ogidie pa se Ghana edemani ebedane.
Now, we need to establish an authority to lead and anchor and coordinate the myriad policies, strategies, and programs and activities that we are going to implement to really transform the country into an economy that is working 24 hours. You know that we operate under a constitutional system and everything must be backed by law. Every authority must be exercised on the basis of an existing law. That is why, for us, it's a matter of great joy that ultimately this parliament has passed the 24-hour economy authority bill. To provide the regulatory regime and to provide the legal mandate for the formalization and implementation of the 24-hour economy. So, 24-hour economy has come.
Na enu achire no na urumanyafo mahama yarega. Woka se biem na wachire mu se. Ukokopie mu ewo mampanyina tena ya 24-hour economy atena ya wo hono no. Owura guzi tando ene dano no mu ogidie. Se 24-hour economy authority no se mpenifo de hye nsa obetumi aboa ama abana ni suadi hu na wo efa 24-hour economy mu edema Ghana no etumi awiepeyo.
On the majority side, have absolute confidence in the capabilities of these two gentlemen to be able to lead the 24-hour economy project. And so we want to assure you that you have the backing of this parliament, you have the backing of this caucus, and you have the backing of the National Democratic Congress. And I believe you have the backing of Ghanaians because they voted NDC into office on the basis of the promise that we made to establish a 24-hour economy.
Onomanyamfo mahama ayarega opanyini yi nesade hye woboko central na mu omrahye bedwafi wono anso ena dadom kese na no e wo mrahye bedwafi Emmanuel Akwali ene William Gentu ene de amaneboyi ebesomo yen
sese wohwe wo man Ghana enama hodo a ewo mamu no emu adehye tisi so a wo mudi no dodo pa eye nkoko a ehye fridge de fe ne se nkoko force ne titiriw eye de yakrafi nkrofo amaso aba na nse wo mo kro a eye caterers na to din bi of adampam ni nyina ne so de ye nkwan ne sa na abetete ni na penten sa ntiere ne de se Ghana for yewe pa sese wo mo a eye Poultry farmers e wo Ghana ha hu ne se ye wo hankese aden na anya hwe no omamu na de hye nyina yedi poultry no ebi se yenkosua ene yenkokɔ yedi pa na di ayedi no osese adigu se niasa na kyese kɔ animu anya hwe ben se 300,000 ede kɔ 460,000 metric tons na de eya wo mu ne se sa nam yi a maka ne dodo nyina no emu ohamu abupen be se de wotwe ede kɔ aduokron enum yekra ede fi nkrofo ama asenti no o my Ghana hakra no de yankasa poultry farmers no ede ba monten so ayeto no kwa no enu 20% mpo na kyese asefem pa ni nyina kyese poultry farmers e wo my Ghana ha se e wo haw ohaw no so nyina akɔfare ba eye nnuane a wo mode be ma nkokɔ no adie na wo ma ye nomenome adoya hohore atunkosua no na wo nam no so aba be ye akono ne yakum ade bi krampo akonkrofo ma so ama no ayeye enwane ne bonti no ama poultry ne sese egu enya akono e wo Ghana ha sei ne science mpanifo atrase ahyehye dwumadie bi a ofene se poultry master plan stakeholders dialogue enu dwumadie no ye sentro ni something Kenya meche kopie mu e wase mpanifo ti mo nyina ye se wo gina we su de di won ho nkomo de ne ohaw wo mu hunu ohaw na ensa no ene de hia na wo kɔ wani mu no de na wo betumi aye ama o my Ghana ye poultry no agya ne na so odu asante mantamu a mpanifo enhyehye de no emu no Ashanti regional director Ministry of Food and Agriculture Mofa Dr. David Anamba wono agina dwumadi na se ekasa ye HS no kwasem sese nkomo na wo madi ni nyina no eye hawa hodo a poultry farmers e ba ho ene mpanifo enim poultry ho dwumadi e de ato ho nanso haw no fapem nyina no eye nnuane a ne bo adin ya nintino wo mo entumi entobie ene na dwumadi a wo mo de ahyehye so a ye frene se happy programmer eno eye enafua nan akwantu a mpanifo agina Ministry of Food and Agriculture Mofa and a Mastercard Foundation and a Agri Impact Limited and a National Poultry Farmers Association omuna account ya pam ho se sa emfie nan yin o de ba be ye niam akeka won ho bom no ama ye poultry no agina e wo my Ghana ha sei o se de ye ebeboa ye nkokra nkokɔ ni pii ye kɔ ye ni mu no kakra bi ene ye bekra.
And any tobacco jima. You are producing the fowl. Now will be a ton market. Now be a so all those can go listen. Only nane buy a share ne muhoyano. So every bois poultry farmers no. Not then how many nano. Now we not the chile. I drink chile. Only we know. And so this industry press no mina dos. Only now. Only so bia share. All the key players. The mana poultry jima na ekon atumpono. Only now. Government so far the policy in the bar. Na bibia akwa ni maya meyama. Now only say a high cost feed so no. The feed no so yeah. They take more than 60% of the cost of poultry rearing. So I believe that the cost of feed is one of the number one. And another thing is sometimes when we say production challenges, health, mortality, and then poor feeding practices, and then poor husbandry practices. And then we never buana in Akofama.
Openia Wudra Asante Mantamu, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Wadano, our David Anamba. Wadene 72 ja every year non. Yansen Choni, something Kenya Meche, Ebody Pian, Pennyphobia, almost winning dear, Ewon Comono, Wamu Dini Bisa on say. Pennyfor Madame Anabro Focus, Yamu Kenya as a Chen say. And Fasho Ben Cry and a Sa Poultry Dialogue Yamuye, and also Edebe Bray, and Nititiru, Woma Air Poultry Echumano, and no Enna Abraham Safo, or ye agri business and value chain specialist. So we do Agri Impact Limited at Eho and Awesome. Kracheba ko your friend Ricky Abwajipoku, Minister of Food and Agriculture, Udru Womo Animal Production Director, one also agent was head of Poultry Desk. On a Samson Kenya Meche din komo say.
Policy say say as in bank say omo pese ayi sika on de be ma akua for investment amoye mu kese no poultry farmers for ni nyina no eye enema ye boa as agri impact ye boa na sa botaye e wa ban ni so no enso so atimi awie peye
your poultry industry no kra no na kwansi die wo ho ne say e die kra ntina so man yentumi fa poultry dwumadie no enkon kan se de wo se ekɔ na no ho na epese ye nyina yetena se na ye dwendwen ho ne ehwe ya kwansi die ne say esinto ne say na se ye hu esinto no ne ya kwansi die ne nyina ya pɛ ho anokubre na afi ya kuchire ne nyina egu krata mu na se obi firi ba bi kra e ba so obeso ya se no obeboa ye a wo hu se o man no ye ni suo di hu no ne ha ne epese ye kro it is ofu so wo mbo bi de beboa ye a aha ene epese ye
Akrache fa yete wo mon kan aya akrache fa wo mon so ewo nimdie ewo dwumadi a ene mofa ene Mastercard Foundation and afi Agri Impact Limited and a National Poultry Farmers Association akawonti apam ho wode esum yen sentroni ya wobutu kumasa Santa Manta senior reporter Samson K Nyameche na dinsemi esum yen
Ernest Chemist Limited eye dwumaku efrefre nro na dwumaku yen mfinsha no polepole aduanan 40 years ne sai sunti wa hye ho fa na dwumede ase ana panyine kwankyerefo oda Ernest Chemist Limited ano ewura ajoa achema sampon woni adwumaku ni fa bi efre no consumer division opanyina oda no owura Richard Afriye ene santwerefo edi nkomo na nkomo twetwe mu no ana mpanifo kirim se Ernest Chemist Limited ba setena no modi adwumaden ensi yo ene ahofama ena asum Ghana be yemfinhia aduanan nie wo so obu nkompo hwe na chi afi apema hanko no de watwunsia 1986 adwumaku ba setena na wode to afi 2026 wo huni se ampa Ernest Chemist watu mpompo pa na abrabo no so wabobi pa esene fata se Ghana fo yemu omamu wo se hwe Ghana fo nanyina mu won krabata be apem ne hanum 1500 da wo fa won so na wodi nro ema Ghana pa na cheso bibia no enya binom na wura Richard Afriye kasa biem edit udwa say emprempren se no kwapim ni beka no omo siansi factory pa chese Ghana ha se no wana wo frafra nro no se no mu sei anche nyina no a ebeka ho bi obefa sa factory so no wasa frafra nro eye papa eda ma Ghana fo na bere kro na so no wafa Ghana fo nyuma mu na aboa ama menya adwuma nye no watumi atiso na no kwakra mu no ena won partners no mu ye adwuma Ghana fo be yemfinhia aduanan nie wato Ernest Chemist nro wode obibia se na wo obibia baso na wo sabo Ghana fo nyina no ho ba se yenkoso no yento Ernest Chemist nro na wo bekoso no masum Ghana se ne yese na efata
40 years ya yedi senia ya maami CEO kan ya no eye dwumaden ene etuhu ache honhom ena ahwe ya so obedu samrin ye hwe se ye hye saa fei dina no so ena da ne ma bebree di sisi a yesi factory foforo kra enu ne di kan wo man Ghana mu enu na ye hwe se ye di saa ye celebration ye hye saa fei enu ye beda ne di na ye produce ndro ne fi ho e de aboa mansen nyina ye di aseda be ma Ghana fo nyina se omu ni ho a ye ni ho ena de omu pe enso na yehwe na ye de boa se omuni aba bedu mpempenso yi ye ko yenimi ye de osompa nropa ne nro ne boa no ewo foma ye nyina ye ho besoso se na ebe ya da chimbi so obi ho dodo no ope bi eduro bi de ahwe no ho a na nkoba se o ni siki so enti wenye eduro se na ade bia ye kan wo brofo no mo providing quality and affordable medicines eno na ye to aso akọ 40 years and beyond.
Owura Richard Afriye opanyini ye adwuma ewo Ernest Chemist Limited na ne kasa chire no Dr. Hafiz Adams ejina pomudin so afo do nyamfo kwabra minta kando anemu ekasai na ne kasa mu no ene wono so wo bo Ernest Chemist adwumaku na baso chire msemfinhia aduanan ni omomodem bo no Ghana fo nyina no ewo bibia ni mwasem na wogina so na wadi ato nanim se aban bekoso na wabo makonesa huduo nyina so na enru omo so ye no etima ye kese na empempi ne nru Ghana ye kra edifira amonone no yetima hwe na yate so in fact Ernest Chemist kra no yetima bo machi dom kese sane yese ne fata nru no betima ye bi ama yakwa akoto bi so amonone ebeboa ama adwumaku no etima tumpo Ghana eni benya so mfaso afi so bo maba so se factory kese omusi na ebeboa ama menya adwuma nye no eso etimi ate no ntine mo bi Ernest Chemist be hia no aban wo ho edema omo.
I was excited to learn that Ernest Chemist currently directly employs over 1,000 Ghanaians. All this tells us that with the right kind of support from government, the company can quickly scale up to create more value for your stakeholders as well as your business and social partners, and the state will be the ultimate beneficiary. It is in this light that I urge Ernest Chemist to tap into the 24-hour economy, which comes with many benefits, particularly in the areas of security and off-peak utility rebates, among others. Distinguished guests, I firmly believe that the likes of Ernest Chemist have a role to play in the global health architecture, particularly in finding local solutions to local challenges, which you have demonstrated.
Dr. Hafiz Adams opinion wo ye adwuma ewa pomudin so ye ogina pomudin so afo mu nyamfo kwabra minta kando dimu ena ansemi wode etudwa na ne kwakwa mu no Dr. Paul Usu Donko wo ye president of Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana wadano opinion so kasa bia Ernest Chemist wo maba so na wogina so na wasere Ghana fo wontia ye na ne wonya adwuma eyo ewo Ernest Chemist adwuma ekonomu se wonfa ahobrase ene adwumaden enye adwuma na won so wontimi ndi yie na wokoso edit udwa se Ernest Chemist nkoso na omon frafre nuru ye papa e ma Ghana fo nya won so mfaso na wachina bi mpo no ye fa bi nkwam no ne yenkoton na emu adwuma ekonomu puntuo.
In less than one lifetime,
40 years, less than one life of Papai Abrabo, were to me I improve the pharmaceutical value chain. I work on my Ghana. A idea, a so ye ni, a idea, ye bon abaso ewo ho. Enunti, akwanuasa ho do a pharmaceutical society betumi aye na yabo papa na baso no. Ye di sa adwumadi ni nyina. Na ye koso anso di sa adwumadi no. Enti ne odi 40 ewo company na ahyase ene na brabo mo no. Ye koso akoso ahye ni nkran. Say mfie aduanan ye sa di anim yi. E di obetumi mpo aya abo ye mfie aduanan na na di kan na. Etumi ba so. Proud of this moment for him. No kwasem ne se nia ofuru dua pa ye piano na oni kro no so duru so honomo a obeye nkaidum obeye a standard bia ye nyina ye hwe no se ibetumi apagya ye mu ne aduru hono papa yi sha ase e ye kuma bi na nso nkakra watumi ato akoso a expand ye duru de waduru eno enhye ye nnuanom nso o ma sha ase yi nkrai say from humble beginnings we can grow into giant and colossal enterprises that we do have.
Dr. Paul Ousu Donko, Opinion President of Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, Wadano, One Estalabi, and the Chichun Command Semi, or D. Etuja. Ebejina Saman Buiso, Nayetri, and Wabayaban, Yakachiribiano, Yadibesumo.
When you're going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion.
We are the number one.
The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards 2025 is here. The prestigious awards is slated for Saturday, 7th February 2026 at the Accra International Conference Center. Red carpet starts at 6 p.m. The event will also award the top 10 most performed public company CEOs of 2025, with lots of artists performing on the night. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards is powered by Big Events Ghana and sponsored by Gold Bond, Visa King, RTP Media Training Institute, RTP Skills Development Institute, RTP Mall, AgriFed Ghana, CocoFed, Knee Fashion, Coco Trade Ghana, Ride Along, Narrow Surge Energy Drink, A to Z Auto Services, and Special Ice Mineral Water. For Peace News, to win the Best Radio News Program of the Year award, dial star 920 star 111 hash and enter nominee code 376 to vote.
Said yo, yeah, said.
Dear Modia said,
yeah, dear, was said, dear Chadi.
Anything is Sifi has say.
Adia Sultana Rice, Ayadi, it is some hotamu. Sultana buy and win promo. One more bush the Sultana Rice, Magia to my fan work up. Sultana say, the near Sosa Ayonkofano, it was your Chadia Befu, Asha and Moon, a beer saloon cars, trucks, motorbikes, Sultana products in Kaipi.
Yeah, dear Mukama say, I say, Yaka, Sultana Rice, and Yati, then Sultana, and Yati,
and one is over to Sultana Rice buy. Who scratch card, Eshim, scratch coupon, a Chadia woman Pia, and what you fast.
Sultana Rice,
and your brand cake, a Sansway or Yonkopa.
Sultana Rice,
Ed, Esham, Etupa.
Sultana buy and win promo, NLA, and HSB, Pia, our Caritas platforms, FDA, and Yatu.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Ghana this year and na brebe ma kwan na kasebo ye de besum wo de nyina esie na ensembie di akotene kasebo mu bi enie
Ghana Mampani His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad Aswajina ne kasa mu se abibiman yenya se yesresre ndema edifin nkrofo amaso ne titi English bonifita no yemfa yempuntu no ento ye ho so sanso die na boa yen sanso ena Mampani His Excellency John Dramani Muhammad sanso echeche mu emfa so ena afa abakwasam ye bata yemfuguru na se die Gambia de hye ne wiase nyina etuche ma no 24-hour economy bill no empanifo agiatum e wo man Ghana emra sebejefie wo amrashe bedefie hokro no ebio edom kuma no sore se ehu hia se photosanfo mprempren chiame hene beto nsanfre no omekire mu die ntia enema bo ayedin ewo Ghana Hassan. Dr. Randy Abe enye Chief Executive Officer Ghana Cocoa Board wono so che se empenifo guso edi nkomo asema eda pon so ayese cocoa akuafo ewa ahohiam die na wo mo beye wo se enche kura cocoa akuafo ebetede ensem wei ya na afoforo pilion eka ho ena wada ma ye jebre die mu nchemu esom akankase mu enne onyujubre apesema kafo yesomwo eyeme nana ama ano tufo ena afei
Sadat Mohammed kasebe mu asedano yemfama Osons Chemist se garlic ne fa so wo so ene ntine no mienu yenhwe na yemfa nye ho aduro na garlic ne kura no wana wonim de chirim so wo de kan gyan ma na ho odin kofom ade nso wi a enya asem ketewa ehye papa na nyi na mpo no enka bese agya wonum no enya asem kuma na no na Osons Chemist ahwada ne da ne ani na waye ne capsules kama ene ti wonya bi na omne tu no padua ne mu a garlic so mfa so nyina no won sa betime ka we de obetime agibre na bako internet ne so no akọ kenkan garlic ho mfa so na be hu ni se ampa obi bia hia garlic e wori ni padua mu eno nti no so obi hia garlic nso dia na ne Osons Chemist why the capsules no eno ene beboa wo MTN be there for you everywhere you go. High sense me fan to anim say electrical appliances na wo hia nko ade aye showrooms ne doors bra na beje wo de free TV so ebesi rice cooker abode yatete so ye papa branda obetumi agye die ena ye ton ede ama wo eno nti no showroom bi e ben wo Ghana for na nyina no wo kwa wo se obeje wo de na dudu mu a obetumi afre 0302 550 000 0302 550 000 high sense everyday prices for everyday people. Doffer roofing system this is bia by ko yie eno nti na woni so de hunu se wo be ye fiewura no doffer say ye be mana bomu dia ma wo eno nti na dan ba bia wasi aduro no wo sika asa ka hye gbe bra be ma wo nchanse ne bi na wo de akobo dan no so ya ma wafe ekosi mfinhia me nsantem ho ye da bra ne betwa ye nka wo ya ban adwuma ni ene wo de wo ba ne se wo konyina no eyifua ankonkro adwuma ni ye du besi nkonwa na ya dwendwene kwan pass ye de nchanse ne ma wa be fa so no wo twa ye nka ehweso na nchanse ne ya ma obi we aye nhyehyɛ ya Doffer roofing system any society general sika krabia ne diaba ama me ne wo for ni chire mu ewo East Legon Trinity Theological Seminary enche ho no mu pe na be hu Doffer roofing system ala full station echi pe ho ne wo obetumi afre 0543 661716 0543 661716 and say 0243 232 818 0243 232 818 number chat wo 0308 040 096 0308 040 096 Doffer roofing system where you think roofing think Doffer spices in the doors will just so now so spices behind the edie and until you make come for henry spices at the war na wo pese wo ye abomu enkwan jollof chicken beef spaghetti fish dish bia dia I know what you so henry spices san say ingredients kojin yemfa dem wi amfra fry and ye dey aye wo henry spices na wo dey aduane a aduane ne de a chese wan kasa no obetimi de wo ho atoso mapomuden pa eno nti restaurant ne choba afo no enkane na mo de san posi kwa ho de free customers na twam wo aduane de wo se no kasa twetwe dom e de ma wo na magic no eno anu wo henry spices kono goto bi na fa ye wo aduane na be hu ni sa ampa e wo spices na wo spices na emu papa no eno a e de wo henry spices varieties in wotwe ene wo dwa so nti aduane bi a wo ye no wo fire dia wo benya ho spices na wo de akwakwa ye wo aduane na ne dodo mu nso a obetimi afre 0207 805 398 0207 805 398 and I say 0244 525 908 0244 525 908 to Henry Spices there edu Ruta natural product Ruta mesha wodwaso sanso no Ruta Titanic wodwaso na Ruta mesha na malaria du tatahwe enti so akwa ye test na Dr. Faka cho se malaria mo wane biaba moje mu a aya use Ruta mesha na eno no epamo mo no efiri moje no ma hoto mapa onsa tumi ka bi na Ruta Titanic no so no etimi typhoid papa typhoid ya re no se wonya du pabi se Ruta Titanic no mo a aduro bi ado ho beto so no be no mache obendom papa na so yare no na enkoe aya no watra Ruta Titanic wate ne beboa wo na endi che bi yare ni bedwane e de firi ni padua ni mu a che se Ruta ndupa yi ayese ne awode bo ba hukum no mamienu wonum na che se esa o malaria na se esa o typhoid na esa abo ma moja di afurisa ni yie e woni padua no mu enti obi bia ne ho no wonum Ruta ndupa yi bia wi akogye ne ba bia ka se ananse ache ne na ananse ache ne sa de bi woni Ruta ndupa yi a saa bo won mugye die fusani woni padua mu a anase de one ne beto nkwanta pai eno ntini say malaria na say typhoid nko ade a ruta dupa ena mekanfo de amawo Ubura pharmacy, herbal shop, chemical shop, Ghana for Nina and Drew Sabekabi. No do mu na wafre 0242 662220 0242 662220. Ruta Natural Product, the best in the market. Lawson Herbal Center at the Lawson Local Mechaba. Na eboa mane pa nti mane di ho nkomo. Kana wutim no busa ma me no wo nche ne say Lawson Local Mecha woni meduro na obeka cho so you woni mu no. Ama ma ye kama. Asiesie ma enkane fungal infection, bacterial infection, any infections ahodo no. Lawson Local Mecha da romenti emati medicine kunim. Na ultimate ko use infection, bacterial infection, fungal infection no. Na himfe ho no mo ache. Himfe ho no mo aye kama. Na enka bi aya na nke eba na enso bi eguwo na himfe ho no mo keka oni ade no. Lawson Local Mecha etu nyina sifiri ho himfe ho no mo etimi ye kama. Wonu nya ahodaso nya nidaso se ampa wonso waye obesima erunti no ufire dia na wakwa akopel Lawson Local Mecha nonom na ebeboa papa nya duo bia na oso di sesi hu se wo ba aya no try Lawson Local Mecha hwe we da fatu to ba ko na nkane na wisu no obehu ni se ampa Lawson Local Mecha ewani mu papa ubura pharmacy herbal shop chemical shop Ghana for na nyina Lawson Local Mecha won se beka bi na duduo mu a na wafre 0248 619 999 0248 619 999 and answer 0242 133 577 0242 133 577 where you make boy yechidom kasebo ye de ebesumo kasebo no SC asumdwe fie peace 104.3 suni ye mamomo enitia enyado